SkrtXFilms here, welcome back for another video, and today guys we're going to be talking about Secret Invasion episode 1 and 2, spoiler review. I try to get my reaction up and all that, but it's not working and a whole bunch of copyright stuff going on, so I can't do any of that stuff. So I'm just going to be talking about anything about the show. Obviously I'm going to be talking about like non-spoiler, what went down, is it good, all that stuff, but I can't show any clips of me reacting to it, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe down below. Anything helps. And let's just get into it. Secret Invasion spoiler review for episode 1 and 2. Let's get into it. This show really pulls you in so good. In the first like 5 minutes, you're already asking on who's the Skrull. Just the first 3 minutes are just so brilliant. The way that they brought the Skrulls from the Captain Marvel like aspect and that story to continue on to here on what happened with the Skrulls. Brilliant idea. 30 minutes in, you're already asking on who's the Skrull. If you think Nick Fury's a Skrull, you think everyone's a Skrull. Like literally in the first 3 minutes. It has like a little cliffhanger thingy before like the intro for the first episode. It's really good. It just pulls you into that like thriller, like it just pulls you into that mystery, like so good. Then we meet like Nick Fury and stuff, and then when we meet Nick Fury, you already know it's gonna be peak episode. Like the way Nick Fury just his introduction in the show is just insane. Nick Fury is a badass. I don't care what you say. Nick Fury is a badass. Everything about the first episode is just so well written. The dialogue, everything. Like Nick Fury, like learning about the Skrull invasion secretly and seeing like his view on. It's so good. This is what we've been needing in the MCU, and it's so mature. The fighting scenes are just so brutal and violent. That comes for the second episode, which I'll get to in a second. Also, there's a fly going around somewhere in my room, I think. So if you see a fly, it's because I just told you there's a fly. Gravik is so interesting. Such a good way to bring him into the MCU, and he's a brand new character too. He's not even from the comics, so you don't even. It's so good. So it's like so fresh, everything. Also, I want to say that people might not like the show because it's a bunch of Skrulls, and if you don't know what Skrulls are, you gotta have to watch Captain Marvel, which I don't think everyone's seen, even though it's hit $1 billion. You're gonna have to know what Captain Marvel is and all that beforehand. You gotta know the comics of the Secret Invasion and some Nick Fury background comics, whatever as well. You're gonna need to know a whole bunch of stuff. So that's why I think that a lot of people are not gonna be hooked onto this show as much as people like us fans of this stuff. So yeah, episode 1, 7 out of 10, really good. But man, let me tell you, episode 2 kicks it out of the park. Let me just say, episode 2 is 10 out of 10. But let me just get into this. Episode 2, well written, dialogue, insane. We learn more about the Skrull invasion and all that, and what Gravik's doing, and how he's gonna be making super Skrulls, which is another thing. It's so it's so good what they're doing with the super Skrulls, which I'm gonna get to in a second. The whole fighting scene in episode 2 with Gravik and the meat market and everything, so good, so violent, so bloody. There's blood in the MCU finally. Oh my god. This is why I'm saying this is a 10 out of 10 episode. Then we see Rhodey and Nick Fury at the table talking about who has the higher power and who's in charge of who now and all that stuff. And it's so well written. Like, we have never seen this in the MCU in like 4 projects, 5 projects, whatever. But it's really good. I really miss this side of the MCU. And oh my god, Nick Fury says one of the most badass scenes of all time. in any MC project. He's I don't care what you are, I don't care who you are. He literally says one of the most badass scenes of all time. He says, "I'm Nick Fury. Even when I'm out, I'm in." Bro, I can't. That line is so cold. I just can't. That line is so cold. Like episode two just brought in a whole nother. I don't know. Episode two just didn't even feel like it was the first. It felt like it was part of the first episode, but it felt like a whole different genre. Just like with the blood and the violence and everything like that. And my chair is so loud. Oh, it's so good. Episode two is really, 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 really good. The dialogue, especially with the characters, are just so well written. Oh, it's just it's a really, really good show. I thought it was gonna be like honestly, I thought it was gonna be like Hawkeye or Moon Knight type, but no, it's nothing like that. Samuel L. Jackson, who's playing Nick Fury, he's killing it. He knows what he's doing. He wouldn't let out a show that's dookie. He knows that this show has potential. The way that they're bringing in stuff from that past MCU into Secret Invasion, talking about Avengers and all that, it's so good. Super Scrolls, like I was just saying before, the way they're bringing them in is so smart. Like they're using Groot like substance or something like that. Wow, for the scratchy powers for the Super Scrolls because of Mr. Fantastic and then you get Obsidian Dole or Obsidian something for the strength or whatever, and then there's dang, it's, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen, but this is the stuff that was in the Super Scroll substance, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, but this is what they're gonna be using, which is so smart because this stuff in the past MCU, and it's just so mind blowing. It's just really tied in the whole MCU even more. People saying that the MCU hasn't been connected lately, and honestly, this is showing that it kind of really is still connected, and it's still going. But I don't know. Episode one and two for Secret Invasion. Episode one, 7 out of 10. Episode two, 10 out of 10. Nine. It's a 9 out of 10 show so far for me. What do you guys think about Secret Invasion? This is my spoiler review for Secret Invasion episode one and two. What do you guys think? Have you guys watched it yet? I'm still trying to get the reaction out, everything like that. I want to, but who knows? Like, comment down below, please. Subscribe if you can as well. Anything like that helps, whatever. And yeah, that's the end of the video. My Secret Invasion review for episode one and two. And yeah, SkrtX out. I'll see you in the next one.